Hey there, it's Elke.
And Jen.
And the two of us are here for another Jen and Elke Clarke show. Today's topic is
nailing your niche, or the importance of nailing your niche.
Yes. All week we're going to theme niches, and it's so important because it narrows down what it is that you should be focusing in on to start tackling all these wonderful products that Zazzle has to offer and narrowing it down to a desirable niche that customers are also interested in buying in, and therefore you're taking that first step to bringing it into a more concentrated focus that you can work smarter rather than harder, and that goes right with our perceivable, passive, profitable business framework, so that you can have a profitable business without it being too busy and too and arduous in working, and that it can work for you. If you're always trying to figure out what niche and you can't narrow it down, then you're not going to have a perceivable business, because you can't see how that can work, because you're all over the place and you maybe even picking niches that you think are popular, but you're just chasing after all the different options out there, and you never actually focus in on one and really develop it, and therefore it can't be perceivable as a business. And then of course, if you don't start working on focusing in on one particular niche, at least to start with, then how can your business become passive? Because your products are never going to be paying you. You're just going to constantly working per product to make a new one. But if it doesn't sell, then it's not a passive business.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we want to cut down your hours. And so that makes it profitable. And in this case, by nailing your niche, you are cutting down your hours because you're focusing in on something and you're not chasing after every possible possibility.
Yeah. I can tell you my story from
Yes.
when I first started out on Zazzle. I was doing exactly that because I didn't know what I wanted. And I think that certain Zazzle designers, when they first come onto Zazzle, they're confused on which niche they should go and start to create products in, because maybe you yourself or themselves, they don't understand really what they want to do. They want to make money online, but they're not too sure on which niche to follow through with, because it's just not something that they've ever really thought about before. Opening up an e-commerce store is really exciting, but maybe you don't actually know where you want to go in which direction. And the importance of actually nailing your niche to make sure that it's something that works in alignment with you is extremely important, because if you're trying to run after the most popular niche all the time, that can only be sustainable for a certain amount of time, because it's just the trends are going to burn out and die out. But also, if you're trying to always find out what the next best thing is or the newest trending topic or niche is, you yourself are never going to be fully in alignment with creating the products that are truly like coming from your pure creativity, right? You're always either trying to somewhat copy, which is not really the greatest thing, or you're just never feeling right. Like, it sometimes feels icky to create a product, right? It doesn't come naturally and it doesn't flow. When you are in a niche where you're extremely excited about, passionate about, and you kind of like are engulfed, or I want to say immersed with all of the things, then you feel so much more on fire and inspired and motivated to create products. And actually, those products are the products that actually end up selling in the end. And for when I first started out on Zazzle, I was, as I said, doing exactly that. I had t-shirts, I had political stuff, I had weddings, I had occasions, I had sports things, I had a whole bunch of like a wide variety of, I want to say almost like a dollar store type feel, where it was just all over the place. And then when I finally realized what I liked and what I was really interested in, and started to go through that route, which was weddings and occasions, I just felt like sort of like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, as if I didn't need to pressure myself to sort of think about all these other things that I actually really wasn't interested in. And when I focused on weddings, I was extremely excited. I was doing a lot of external research. I was, very present and aligned within that niche, and feeling confident that I could produce those designs or create those designs. And after that, I actually ended up being so much more successful than when I was trying to run after all of the hottest new trends in all the different types of niches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so defining a niche, Jen, when she said the niches, she was looking more at the types of products that were going to serve multiple different customers, including product types. So niches can actually be product types, design styles, or they can be a use that you're helping the customer with. So as Jen mentioned, a couple of different things just started to pop out as we're focused on niches that you were really aligned with. And that was weddings and occasions. For me, it turned out that I did the same thing. I thought I was going to create a fashion line. So I created a whole bunch of t-shirts with really cool sayings on them. Then I came to Zazzle because I wanted to showcase and sell my photography and my artwork. And I also just love doing text-based design. So that's where my fashion t-shirts came in. And so then I realized, well, I like that, and I still do my artwork and my photography, but the fashion-based t-shirts, I wasn't as into the fashion trends and wasn't interested in keeping up with them, so I kind of dropped that quickly. And then I realized that for me, I like designing in all kinds of niches. And so it's not that you have to nail down a niche, but sometimes your niche can be your style. And that's what it ended up being for me. I have my niche of my photography, I have my niche of my artwork, but then I also have my niche of text-based typography designs. And that is where I found my alignment with my particular design skills, and also where I just love designing. I could do it for forever. And so that could be where you are going to find your niche. So make sure that you're really understanding what niche means, but also aligning it, as Jen said, with your skill sets, your interests, so that you can keep doing it over and over again. It's because you're in here for the long run, right? This is not a quick race. It's a long-term building up of your Zazzle business, and you're going to be doing this for years to come. So you cannot, as Jen said, always chase after the latest trend. You're going to look like a mishmash store, and also you're never going to get really good at designing in your actual aligned skill set. It's going to ultimately kind of look as if you're copying everybody else's, and we don't want that for you, because first of all, that could actually lead to copyright infringement, which would mean that your store would be taken down, even if not even just your products, but you could actually have your store shut down. And we've had that happen a lot in the past. I've seen it happen. We don't want that for you. And also, you have to shine. You have to bring your uniqueness to the Zazzle marketplace. Otherwise, you won't be building your brand and providing something unique that customers are actually going to be interested in you purchasing from you, because you're going to be part of the sea of sameness. And so, yeah, we're trying to keep it under 10 minutes to make sure that we can give you good value for the time that we've got. So I think that really sums it up. And so we want you to nail your niche.
Yes. I had one quick thing. If you haven't yet to follow us on Instagram and you want to find some more information about what we're up to on a daily basis, then please follow us at Elke Clarke and at Miss Jen Clarke. We would love to connect with you there. And so we hope to see you in the next Elke and Jen Clarke show, or Jen and Elke Clarke show. Bye. Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Jen and Elke Clarke show.
What we believe to be true is that if you build your online Zazzle business using the 3 pillars, perceivable, passive, profitable, then you can create a business that gives you your dream life.
To learn more about how we can work together, visit elkeclarke.com.